We didn't have to monitor people's cannabis use. They did that fine. It was when people were coming and using other substances.
They're using
that was,
the idea, right?
taking
They're
advantage
stealing
of the
roses
space.
and things like that.
Oh yeah, but it was more the people that were just coming to party that were being a great distraction, and at times, putting us even at risk to being, having the police called to the events.
Destroyed the movement, right? Like the idea of
just naked hippies that did it.
No, we survived the naked hippie. No, we could take a couple naked hippies. It was the people coming drinking all the time and causing fights and problems.
So this is Chris Bennett, who's at a meeting down at City Hall, but he's come to just about every convention that we've had. We just had our 11th convention here up at the university, and I'd probably say there was close to probably 300 people through the day.
When?
At the 11th convention we had here this year. People coming and going. Okay, well maybe two, then, because a lot of people were coming and going, but it's come a long way, because like I said, when I first started, a half a dozen people to a dozen people, and after about 3 years, when Ted was allowed back up on the campus, their regular meetings were about 25 people, and up to 100 was a huge meeting. And one of the more memorable things that I wanted to share, some of the more memorable meetings of Hempology with us. One of the more fun things that we did here, and it came about because Ted wasn't allowed on the campus, was I went to the club one day and said, Ted, if the school pays for some money for us to go camping and to buy some dirt, can we take the kids camping and teach them how to grow cannabis? And he kind of looked at me and laughed and said, sure, go, thinking that there's no way I'd even go and ask. So the next week I went up and put in my subscription form for monies to be spent by the club, because it was the second time the club had ever done it. The first time was to buy a piece of cannabis to make this.
First time we made a
It was
banner.
we asked for $100 to make this. It's real hemp cannabis, and we held the contest of the students for the logo, and we take it with us everywhere. We're very proud of it. Thanks a lot. But the second thing was I asked for $100 so we could give a friend of Ted's up in Duncan some money to let us use his farm to go camping, and $25 for a bale of sunshine mix. And he said, sure. So I came back, okay, we're taking the kids camping. And we had a lot of fun. We did it 2 years in a row. The second year, some friends that helped the Cannabis Buyers Club came and brought some really beautiful plants, and so we had a cloning lesson, and I had some seeds sprouted, so we taught everybody how to start seeds properly and plant them properly, and also how to clone, and everybody who wanted plants got to take them home. And I think it was that was where the Davies Bowl was inspired, the Chronic of the Year award too, because Justin Davies, he woke up in the morning and had the vaporizer going and was taking people vaporizer hits before everybody was out of bed, and made sure they had a glass of water to go with it. It was but we had a TV and a video, so we showed some educational videos the night before, and we also did a baking class, so we taught everybody how to make oil, and then we made brownies and got baked that night too, so we really did have a lot of fun. And I think it was the year after that we started to do the lecture series instead. We thought we could. It was very, very difficult due to your time constraints up here, and I totally respect and understand that it's really difficult to get students to find a weekend off, and especially all at the same time. So in the sake of sharing more knowledge with more people, we switched to doing the lectures here, and this is our 4th year. And it's just been more than one of my most wildest dreams, actually, to be able to share knowledge on such a level with everybody.
We appreciate it a lot.
Hope to be able to spend more time.
Love you.
Love you too. Thanks. Concentrating on my work this next year. So, yeah, this is when at Camosun College, and when Ted started coming up here, it was too much work, and so we just came here because it's not far for people to come up to Camosun College. This is when we had the convention still at Camosun College, and I think that was the only convention I've ever spoken at, actually, was the last one we had at Camosun College. Oh, I should tell you my very first introduction to Hempology was an interesting, kind of quickly thrown together multimedia music festival that was thrown by Ted without quite enough permission from this campus security to have the event carry out. But we had 3 bands, and I was selling cookies, and things might have gone off a little bit better if somebody hadn't shown up selling homemade alcohol, which we had said that we definitely would make sure there was no
Actually, it was the
alcohol.
band Smoked Out Brains.
Yeah.
They brought a van full of people, drove right up to where we were
Not
playing, and
defensive
started
muscles,
selling
yeah.
drugs
Right,
in the
it's
back of the
Smoked Out
van,
Brains.
setting up to play music.
It was awesome, man. It was awesome. So we got about a half an hour in while Ted was inside talking to security, but he finally came out and said they're taking our extension cord away. So I said, this is way too much fun. And so, which probably leads me to maybe one of the craziest things that we've ever done. We started doing, well, no, maybe I should talk about Reach for the Pot first.
No, I wanna hear that story.
Okay, the craziest thing that we've ever done, we hotboxed the law courts like you saw there quite regularly, but
Been
usually
there. I was
it
in with you.
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah.
Usually it's for New Year's and at night. Well, a couple of years ago, Ted said, okay, it's Cannabis Day. We've had Herb out, our mascot Herb, showing up to a few
Well, we kept getting in trouble
special
in Beacon Hill, too many
meetings, and
cops.
the year before, there's too much family stuff going on in Beacon Hill Park, and we kind of had to cough a little bit of medicine to keep everybody from getting searched in the park. So we decided the park wasn't going to do, and we weren't going to hide. So we're going to go hotbox the law courts for 4:20 in the middle of the afternoon on Cannabis Day. You got it. You kidding?
One day of the year, there's more cops downtown than any other.
Well, they drove by, saw us with our Hempology flags and banners, and just kept going and never came back. We had a wonderful afternoon. So that's been spectacular for a couple of years now, and another tradition to our list. We have quite a list of them, and I guess that would be April 20th, which is just sort of spontaneous, and we don't have anything to do with other than we go and participate and, you know, just show our numbers and strength. And City Hall has asked Ted about what he could do about it, and he said, well, it's sort of a global event, there's not much that we can do about it. Yeah, but one of my favorite things would be like our anniversary, and when we go on a march, and we usually meet at like City Hall and go for a march down to the law courts and have a big session there and a photo, which is on one of the postcards that are floating around. And I like the marches a lot. I think they're one of my favorite. Everybody has a lot of fun. We like to take over down, you know, the streets of downtown. It's a toss-up between that and caroling, because caroling is a march, but singing cannabis carols at the same time. So I think it's a pretty tough call. This would be one of my next most funnest things to do. Not